afternoon, everyone. The Honorable Datuk Haji Ahmad Amzad Hashim, Deputy Minister, Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation, Professor Datuk Dr. Asma Ismail, President of the Academy of Sciences Malaysia, Academician Emeritus Professor Datuk Dr. Khalid Yusof, ASM Council Member and Chairperson of the National Committee of Research Integrity, Professor Datin Paduka Dr. Khalid Yusof, Advisor to YSN-ASM 2021, and Hazami Habib, Chief Executive Officer of the Academy of Sciences Malaysia, Dr. Chai Lei Ching, Chairperson of the Young Scientists Network ASM, Nobel Laureate Professor Lee Wan Se, ASM Honorary Fellow, co-chairs of the YSN-ASM ISVC 2021, honorable speakers and judges, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamualaikum and welcome to the Young Scientists Network Academy of Sciences Malaysia International Scientific Virtual Conference ISVC 2021 opening ceremony. On behalf of the Academy of Sciences Malaysia, we would like to thank the audience for joining us via Zoom and Facebook Live. To bless today's event, we would like to invite Mr. Hendi Putra Herman to recite the dua.
Al-Fatiha. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil mursalin wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. Allahumma innaka khalaqul azim. Innaka sami'un alim. Innaka ghafurur rahim. Innaka rabbul arshil azim. Innakal barrul jawadul karim. Allahumma ya karim ya rahim. We express our gratitude to you, O Allah, for allowing us to attend the Young Scientists Network Academy of Sciences Malaysia International Scientific Virtual Conference today. Ya fa'alu lima yurid. O Allah, we ask you for the safety of our religion and the welfare of our body. O Allah, make the days that we have gone through, starting with your mercy, continue with your blessing, and end with your forgiveness. And also make the days that we've gone through with guidance and end with the victory of excellence. O Allah, show us guidance and adjust our paths and ways to achieve happiness and glory. Let us listen to people who like the good things. Let us avoid doing the bad and evil things. O Allah, bless our meeting and gathering today until the end and prevent us from harm and unfortunate event. ربنا عليك توكلنا وإليك أنبنا وإليك المصير ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وسلم والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Thank you, Mr. Hendi. Ladies and gentlemen, the Young Scientists Network of the Academy of Sciences Malaysia, YSN-ASM, is a network that brings together talented young scientists across Malaysia to create new opportunities for better solutions, exchange of best practices, expanding the opportunities for career development, as well as a strong platform for top young scientists to interact, coordinate, and organize to meet some of the nation's challenges. YSN-ASM network was proposed and established back in 2012. Since then, the YSN-ASM network has 84 members and 111 affiliates from various disciplines and across various institutions. At the international level, YSN-ASM has linked up with the Global Young Science Academy of Sciences, as well as other young academies to provide opportunities for Malaysian young scientists to interact internationally with other young scientists and contribute to the global scientific community through various collaborative programs, such as today's inaugural YSN-ASM International Scientific Virtual Conference. The theme of today's YSN-ASM International Scientific Virtual Conference, ISVC, is resilience in the new normal. This reflects the new realities brought by the global COVID-19 pandemic, such as the need for physical distancing, travel restrictions, stay-at-home orders, and the lack of face-to-face groundwork in research, to name a few. The objectives of this conference are to enhance interdisciplinary knowledge sharing, learning, and collaboration between local scientists in Malaysia and from around the world, to identify emerging research niche areas at the global research community, should champion to address local needs and global challenges, to develop strategies to enhance capacity and access to resources and to harness the potential of the global research community, and lastly, to promote sustainable research leadership amongst emerging researchers in the country. The conference will cover 6 tracks, which are health and well-being, business economics, engineering and energy transition, social sciences and humanities, environmental sciences and information technology, and the last track, agriculture and food security. To start off today's event, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the President of the Academy of Sciences Malaysia, Yang Berbahagia, Professor Datuk Dr. Asma Ismail, to deliver her opening remarks.
Right. Thank you, Haikal, our MC for today. The Honorable Datuk Haji Ahmad Amzad bin Hashim, the Deputy Minister, Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation, Academician Emeritus Professor Datuk Dr. Khalid Yusof, ASM Council Member and Chairperson of the National Committee on Research Integrity, Academician Professor Datin Paduka Dr. Khatijah Muhammad Yusof, ASM Council Member and Advisor to the YSN-ASM International Science Virtual Conference for 2021, Puan Hazami Habib, the CEO of Academy of Sciences Malaysia, Dr. Chai Lei Ching, the Chairperson of the Young Scientists Network ASM, Nobel Laureate Professor Lee Yuan Se, the ASM Honorary Fellow, co-chairs of YSN-ASM International Science Virtual Conference for 2021, honorable speakers and judges, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera. And a very good afternoon to everyone, or good morning or good night, depending on where you're joining us from. On behalf of the Academy of Sciences Malaysia and the organizing committee, it is a pleasure to welcome all of you to the inaugural YSN-ASM International Scientific Virtual Conference for 2021. And firstly, I wish to thank the Honorable Datuk Haji Ahmad Amzad bin Hashim for taking the time out of his busy schedule to officiate this conference and to launch the 2nd edition of the Malaysian Code of Responsible Conduct in Research, or MCRCR. Your support, sir, is very much appreciated. Let me also take this opportunity to congratulate the organizers of this conference, our Young Scientists Network of Academy of Sciences Malaysia, or fondly known as YSN-ASM, for their hard work, their passion and dedication in making this virtual conference a reality. Today, we are delighted also to have the Honorable Nobel Laureate, Professor Lee Yuan Se, who is also the Honorary ASM Fellow of the Academy, who will be also sharing his wisdom with us following this ceremony. He is connecting from United States for this event. And we believe everyone here will greatly benefit from your plenary lecture, Professor Lee. I've also been informed that there are about more than 400 registered participants from 12 countries for this conference. And I'm sure that it's not an easy thing to juggle the time differences and the internet challenges in the different countries. And therefore, I salute the organizing committee for a job well done. Since the year 2020, the spread of COVID-19 has been an imminent threat towards humanity. And while the pandemic has brought unprecedented challenges, it has also accelerated the use of the digital platform and opened new opportunities for the young scientists to share their research and collaborate in today's borderless world. The digital platform has allowed for global sharing of knowledge and networking opportunities. It has opened our eyes to new ways of doing things and broadened our horizon regarding local and global challenges. This, I believe, is an opportunity to look for common problems faced by humanity in order to provide relevant solutions. The YSN-ASM ISVC 2021 conference is an example of how conference organizers have gone fully virtual, which is very much in line with the theme of the conference, resilience in the new normal. But to be truly resilient, we have to undertake the challenge to reduce the digital inequality, since it is causing missed opportunities for those without access to the internet. So only then can resilience be shown with inclusivity in line with the SDGs. So I suppose in the next conferences that we're going to have, these will be the new challenges that the YSN will now undertake in order to make sure as many people as possible around the world is able to join this particular conference. This conference basically offers a platform that recognizes national, regional, and global challenges that can best be addressed through interdisciplinary collaboration. And I would also like to express my appreciation to our international partners, the ASEAN Young Scientists Network, the Global Young Academy, TWAS Young Affiliate Network, as well as our sponsors, ESCO Micro, Sdn Bhd, and Biotech Abadi Sdn Bhd. Thank you to all for your contributions and tireless efforts in helping to make sure that this conference is a success. Now, over the next 3 days, 30 renowned keynote speakers and the invited speakers will share their insights and ideas to further ignite and enlighten your research journey for the 6 tracks. The health and well-being, the 2nd track on business economics, the 3rd on engineering and energy transitions, number 4th on social science and humanities, number 5 on environmental sciences and information technology, and number 6 on agriculture and food security. Hopefully, through these interactions, new ideas and collaborations will be ignited, and I very much look forward to hear the deliverables. I've been informed that towards the end of each track, 5 selected finalists will pitch their research, and 3 winners will then be selected for the Young Investigator Award by our line of judges. So good luck to all the presenters. Now, since its inception in December of 2012, YSN-ASM has significantly contributed towards the development of STI in Malaysia, especially in the field of science communication and STEM education. And another area of contribution by YSN is the creation of awareness and training on responsible conduct of research. The end game for YSN-ASM is basically to build the capacity and capability of current and future STI leaders working hand in hand with the international partners like the ASEAN YSN and the Global Young Academy. Now, YSN-ASM, I believe, has already established their brand among the young scientists locally and has played a vital role as a strong voice of young Malaysian scientists in the global arena over the years. So I'm happy to see that after 8 years, YSN-ASM has grown significantly and continues to be at the forefront in molding the young Malaysian scientists towards becoming a next leader in science. Ladies and gentlemen, to promote research integrity and avoid misconduct in research, the National Science Council of Malaysia, in collaboration with the Malaysian Industry Government Group for High Tech, or known as MITE, had developed the Malaysian Code of Responsible Research, which was endorsed in February of 2017 by the National Science Council. And this document basically outlines the principles of responsible conduct and best practices in research. Now, in supporting the MCRCR initiative, ASM and the YSN-ASM published the Malaysian Educational Module on Responsible Conduct of Research in 2018. It is basically a training module that trains our scientists to be involved in not only good science, but also in ethical science. Today, we will witness the launching of the second edition of MCRCR. And one of the major updates in this new edition, among others, is inclusion of subtopics related to research involving human and animal participation. And this document will become the main reference for our scientists and researchers with regard to the Code of Ethics in Research. And to this effect, I would like to congratulate our senior fellow, academician Professor Datuk Dr. Khalid Yusof and his team for a job well done in ensuring the document and implementation of responsible conduct of research a reality in Malaysia. Ladies and gentlemen, in our effort to build the right STI ecosystem, ASM has been working closely with the Government of Malaysia and the Ministry of Science and Technology to pilot a few main initiatives that can strengthen the landscape of STI in Malaysia. And among the initiatives that I would like to highlight include the Malaysian Collaborative Network Platform for Disruptive Innovation, or fondly known as iConnect, in 2019. And iConnect is a targeted network that aims to create a conducive collaborative ecosystem towards maximizing research impacts and promote inclusive innovation, which involves the quadruple helix. And it will also enable Malaysia to leverage on new economic opportunities and enter new and emerging global markets. Now, to complement iConnect, the Malaysian Open Science Platform initiatives were also introduced, adopting the international research principle of ensuring research data is findability, accessibility, interoperability, and reusability, or FAIR, right? And this platform will be the enabler in strengthening STI collaborative ecosystem via data sharing and analysis aligned with national priorities and international best practices. And I look forward to people in this conference to be able to undergo sharing of information under the Malaysian Open Science Platform. Now, to reduce the innovation gap between academia and industry, the National Science Technology Innovation Policy for the first time links the R&D sector with the socio-economic sector. And we now promote for an STIE ecosystem, Science, Technology, Innovation, Economy ecosystem. And to link the public and private sector to promote innovation in the country, ASM basically introduced the 10-10 Malaysian Science, Technology, Innovation, Economic Framework, which was launched on the 8th of December 2020 by the Minister of Science and Technology. The framework, basically approved by the National Science Council, provides a systematic approach to transform Malaysia into a knowledge-intensive high-tech nation by design, by integrating the 10 Malaysia socio-economic drivers with the 10 global leading science and technology drivers aligned to our strengths and our needs. You may read the report on this aspect from MOSTI or from the ASM website, but I hope that the management committee for this conference can also share on the information of the 10-10 My STIE with the ASEAN and also with the Global Young Academy, so that we can now form collaborative network on the bigger agenda, working on similar platforms that we have mentioned. So to conclude, I would like to once again express my appreciation to the Deputy Minister of MOSTI, and again offer my congratulations to to the YSN-ASM under the leadership of Dr. Chai Lei Ching. The conference co-chairs, Associate Professor Dr. Gary Kwan, Pei-En, and Associate Professor Dr. Siti Sarah Osman. The conference advisor, Academician Professor Datin Paduka Khatijah Yusof, and to the rest of the YSN-ASM and ASM team for their commendable effort in organizing this particular conference. This may be the first virtual conference that is being organized, but I hope that this marks the beginning of a series of virtual conferences in the future. So I wish you a fruitful and impactful conference, and I hope that the knowledge and discussions and networking created resonate well with our local and global participants. So with that, thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Back to you, moderator or MC.
Thank you, Professor Datuk Dr. Asma. Ladies and gentlemen, we now proceed to officiate the YSN-ASM ISVC 2021 and to launch the MCRCR 2.0 edition. We invite Deputy Minister of Science, Technology and Innovation, the Honorable Datuk Haji Ahmad Amzad Hashim, to deliver the officiating speech.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Professor Datuk Dr. Asma Ismail, FASc, President of Academy of Science Malaysia, Puan Hazami Habib, Chief Executive Officer of Academy of Science Malaysia, Dr. Chai Lei Ching, Chairperson of Young Scientists Network ASM, Nobel Laureate Professor Lee Yuan Se, Co-Chairs of YSN-ASM ISVC 2021 and Chairperson of National Committee on Research Integrity, ASM Council members and expert network, honorable speakers and judges, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good afternoon. It is my great pleasure to address an assembly of experts and young researchers who have gathered here today to share scientific knowledge and wisdom, as well as to explore important areas for global scientific collaboration. In my view, this is a commendable effort by young scientists for young scientists that will potentially lead to science diplomacy that addressing the local needs and global challenges. I am very pleased to be here in this virtual conference together with the Honorary Fellow of ASM, Nobel Laureate Professor Lee Yuan Se, prominent experts, and over than 500 young researchers from all over the world. I am privileged to be given the honor to officiate this inaugural YSN-ASM International Scientific Virtual Conference 2021 and to launch the second edition of Malaysian Code of Responsible Conduct in Research. Ladies and gentlemen, the COVID-19 pandemic that is currently happening and changing the lives of over than 7.8 billion people in the world, bringing world's attention on the importance of science, technology and innovation in addressing the global challenges and local needs through scientific collaboration and science diplomacy. According to the Global Risk Report 2021, the World Economic Forum surmises that risks from societal fractures, such as emerging risks to human health, remains a constant threat. Yet, with the world more attuned to risk, lessons can be drawn to strengthen response and resilience. As governments, businesses, and societies grapple with these risks, it is undeniable that research societal cohesion becomes more important than ever. In this context, scientific collaboration and science diplomacy becomes a key pivotal aspect to advance research and innovation towards addressing the challenges. This is evident in the COVID-19 pandemic standard operating procedures, and information for development of vaccines were shared immediately among nations and scientific community, which helps expediting the process in mitigating the challenges. In Malaysia itself, It helped Malaysia in securing 66.7 million doses of COVID-19 vaccines. Apart from that, the collaboration is also facilitating Malaysia in the development of vaccine fill and finish, research and development, as well as technology transfer and vaccine manufacturing. Ladies and gentlemen, this scientific collaboration and science diplomacy brings us to the attention of collaborative research as the heart of this effort. It saves considerable time and funds and often contributed to the groundbreaking research findings. Interdisciplinary collaboration between quadruple helix through this collaborative research will encourage the development of innovative and groundbreaking strategies in investigating increasingly novel, complex and convoluted fields. It brings to the growing of emerging fields such as precision medicine, artificial intelligence and biomaterials that are extended from several disciplines. It also brings scientists from different disciplines to participate in the collaborative research, which attracting the fund providers in supporting the research projects. As a result, this interdisciplinary collaborative research has more opportunities in obtaining research funding. Ladies and gentlemen, recognizing the importance of scientific collaboration and science diplomacy, Malaysia, through the National Policy on Science, Technology and Innovation, DISTIN 2021-2030, launched last year, also highlighting global excellence as one of the thrusts to propel national sustainable and inclusive growth through the progressive science, technology, innovation and economic STIE development and application. Through this thrust, the strategy that planned to be implemented is to develop and strengthen the international collaboration through science diplomacy in solving STI issues, as well as strengthening countries' R&D. Recently, Malaysia through MOSTI also launched the Malaysia Grand Challenges to address more dire national and global problems that creating high impact and positive outcomes for the society, economy and environment through multidisciplinary, integrated and innovative solutions. 220 million ringgit Malaysia funding schemes were provided for R&D under this initiative to transform Malaysia into a high-tech nation, realize the shared prosperity vision 2030 and achieve sustainable development goals. Ladies and gentlemen, this international conference serves as an interdisciplinary knowledge sharing platform for the establishment of global scientific collaboration towards addressing the global challenges and local needs. I am proud to see the young scientists taking the leadership in organizing this conference that jointly organized between ASM, Young Scientists Network, ASM, YSN-ASM, and ASEAN Young Scientists Network, ASEAN YSN. This conference bringing the discussion among them on the strategic issues that will entail for the leaders in giving solutions and strategies. This will certainly inspire and nurturing the future talents to work together in leveraging on opportunities for sharing knowledge, building expertise, enhancing STI capacity and capability in the context of global science and technology advancement. This conference putting the example of open science, where everyone participating in this conference contributing and sharing scientific experiences and findings from their research in formulating strategic solutions that would be able to address the challenges. Theme of the conference, resilient in the new norm, is very much aligned with the current condition and UN Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs. During this difficult time, almost all SDGs impacted from this COVID-19 pandemic that call for addition of resilience as a part of the strategies for the goals. I believe strategic solutions that we'll be discussing in this conference to some extent will facilitating nations in the global in addressing the pandemic. I would like to applaud YSN-ASM and ASEAN YSN for tirelessly putting their full dedication in contributing and supporting scientific community and their peers. Networking and collaboration from this conference will be able to facilitate young scientists to access resources in order to harness the potential of the global research community. It will also promote sustainable research leadership among them. Leadership among the young scientists through this conference is the first step towards building world-class young researchers that will rise at the forefront of scientific development in respective countries towards achieving excellence in science and world-class research. Ladies and gentlemen, in building world-class research, we need to ensure honesty and integrity in research are kept intact among the scientific communities in respective research. Therefore, the Malaysian Code of Responsible Conduct in Research, or MCRCR, endorsed by the National Science Council Malaysia, NSC, in 2017 as the national main guidelines and reference for ethics in research. MCRCR is the good key to boosting and safeguarding nations' science and research endeavors. Adherence and compliance with the code will ensure that research in Malaysia is pursued earnestly and honestly with integrity and accountability. It also helps convince peers, research enterprises and funders that research ethics are well entrenched in Malaysia. The code will also enhance science governance in Malaysia and promote efficient implementation of policies and strategies through transparency and accountability in research and development. It will help avoid and manage unacceptable behavior in research, minimize misuse of funds, and simultaneously raise our standard and quality of research. The second edition of Malaysian Code of Responsible Conduct in Research that will be launched shortly is a guideline and necessary tool in performing research for all Malaysian researchers to remain as experts in the eyes of the global community. Therefore, I would like to urge all researchers here to adopt and help promote this code. Start for a guideline. I hope this ethics will naturally embedded among all researchers in bringing Malaysia to achieve world-class research. Ladies and gentlemen, to conclude, I would like to express my appreciation and congratulate ASM, YSN-ASM, and ASEAN YSN for the commendable effort in organizing this conference. With this, I officially open this YSN-ASM International Scientific Virtual Conference 2021 and launch the second edition of Malaysian Code of Responsible Conduct in Research. Thank you.
And with that, we would like to thank the Deputy Minister Amzad Hashim for officiating the YSN-ASM ISVC 2021 and the launching of the MCRCR 2.0 edition. That concludes the opening ceremony of the YSN-ASM ISVC and the launching of the MCRCR 2.0 edition.